Never thought I would be making another video like this again. So, everyone knows about the Sonic.exe drama and how the mod was cancelled. You probably know about Revie. We thought that Revie was the bad guy. But as time goes on, information kept doling out. I was still, unfortunately, one of the people that still believed that Revie was a groomer. However, thanks to some people snapping that sense into me and pretty much in a comment thread giving me the 1-2 punch in the head, now I'm joining on Revie's side. So yeah, time to set all the accusations to rest. And note, I'm using YouTuber Large Lenny's video for the information, as Large Lenny seems to be the most credible source for all this information. So, Large Lenny explains in his video that on January 12th, 2022, Twitter user FalseCow releases a massive Twitter thread that attempts to expose Revie as a child groomer. And thus everything went downhill. Revie was accused of being 18 years old, and there were two people, one 16 and another 14. However, as time goes on, that accusation that started Revie's downfall might seem to be more false than it was true. Because one, it's like a 2-year age gap for the 16-year-old. An 18-year-old and a 16-year-old doing intimate stuff online is not what really be called as pedophilia. Now, what defines pedophilia? I think Google search will probably give you an answer on what pedophilia is. But when someone is 18 and they're doing intimate and something sexual is happening between 18-year-old and the person that's also in this intimate area is like 1 year or 2 year younger, that's not called pedophilia. As Large Lenny puts it as an example, Large Lenny puts it, and I will quote from Large Lenny: imagine if a senior high school student started having intimate relationship with a junior high school student. They were caught doing sexual stuff. Would that senior high school student be put in 25 years in prison? No. Unquote. And that's the thing. That's the reason people mix up pedophilia and think that any person who's over the age of 18 or is 18 years old and is doing intimate stuff, people just assume that an 18-year-old doing stuff with someone who's just like a few years younger than them is automatically assumed pedophilia. Like what? Age 17 or 16? Like, why? And also to note, as more information has been revealed, we started to find out that some of the EXE team members were just absolutely horrible. Kubikorg was one of the first people that gets brought up in the defense against Revie. Kubikorg, as Large Lenny has found the information, and as I'm looking for the information, yeah, Kubikorg was definitely the person that started this whole thing. As Kubikorg started this whole trap luring scheme to dole Revie into a trap, was all done because of a sexual role play in a Discord server that probably doesn't even exist anymore since it's been like months. Anyways, so what ends up happening is that Kubikorg lures Revie into a trap that is a sexual role play, and leads to two people that probably have experience in doing this kind of stuff and are able to lure Revie into the trap, and Revie is falsely blamed for everything, and thus Revie is kicked out of the FNF community falsely and is falsely accused for doing stuff she never did or he never did. I'm not sure. I got all mixed kinds of stuff in my head. Now in that Discord server, Revie states that he's not sure if he wants to do this, as Revie believes that Kubikorg is doing this so that, Kubikorg can get Revie blamed. And guess what happened? We all knew what happened. Revie got blamed. So Kubikorg was definitely the true master manipulator in this whole scheme in the first place. And soon other people joined in, which caused it to get even worse. Now, there are many things that come into this, especially when Kubikorg tries to do this. This is once again from Large Lenny's video, but essentially Kubikorg puts out the biggest lie of lies. With this, Kubikorg is basically lying to everyone, saying Revie now supposedly resides on 4chan, ditched both her Discord and Twitter, and is now stalking me on Minor, trying to find shit to use against me by scrounging up literally anything. She's gone fully fucking insane. If you know anything, after I got that 1-2 punch, someone in a YouTube comment thread said to me, "Don't believe everything you hear on the internet, kid." I'm sorry, kid. Does this look like a kid to you? I literally have hair and I have beard and mustache. I'm 15 years old. It's not like if you think a kid is gonna have a mustache and beard by the time they're like 8? No. Anyways, so yeah, I guess that person's comment is true to this. Don't believe everything you hear on the internet because it might be a lie, and this is the biggest of lies, and this is probably the biggest false of falses. Like, really. And then, having this, once again from Large Lenny's video, this also appeared. So, yeah. Here's another situation involving a minor by the age of 14. Now, this whole thing with a 14-year-old and Revie was... When Revie said, looking forward to the preview, as information is doled out, it's actually revealed that Revie was just drawing the persona of this 14-year-old user named Dreamy Carrots. Now, this 14-year-old user had drawn her persona to be like a 36-year-old rat character. And that's what Revie was drawing. But people thought that the persona was naked. But as Revie's drawing shows us, yeah, this character is clearly wearing clothes, shoes, pants, shirt. See, no nakedness going on here. So you tell me, if you look at this, you tell me, is this a naked character, or is this someone who has moral standards and wears clothes? I think you want to go with the last one I just said. That this is a person with moral standards who wears clothes, and this is not a naked photo. So yeah. And the whole idea of a persona is that personas are meant to define people on the internet. However, do you think that a persona actually represents someone in real life? No. Does a 14-year-old's persona represent what that persona looks like to her in real life? No, it doesn't. That's all the doling of misinformation that went out. And apparently, realize that Sona is a character created which directly represents the self. For her to say Dreamy's character is haughty, want to engage in romantic actions with this Sona, i.e. kissing, is predatory. Reminder. No, it is not predatory, because this persona is just that, a persona. It's a fictional character meant to represent someone, but it doesn't actually represent them in how they actually do stuff or what they dress. So it's not like it's actually predatory or it's pedophilia. Yet, the amount of people just, don't care about that stuff, because as I learned through going on Twitter, most people don't give a damn. And then this by Madzilla. Unfortunately, I have more to add, as I was in fact another minor she groomed. Now, is this correct? Possibly no. Because on February 13th, 2022, Madzilla had turned 18. And then Madzilla decided to post this. Guess I'm an adult now. And it just shows secret history tales. Like, what? Large Lenny tries to figure out if whether the altercation between Revie and Madzilla happened before February 13th, 2022 or after February 13th, 2022. Because it had to probably happen somewhere afterwards. Because if it did happen before, then this is an unfortunate blow to Revie. But if this happened after Madzilla became 18, then this was just two 18-year-olds doing, what 18-year-olds do. Also, it's not like being 18 is like the magical age you're just an adult. Because there are actually some states in the US that do allow people to become adults by the age of 16 in some US states. Although even though I see many videos of, of lawsuits and all that kind of stuff, I'm not some kind of legal expert, so I don't really understand this. And yeah, Revie comes out with this testimony. So yeah. Hello. Okay. Why? So yeah, might as well get back. Anyways, so yeah. Absolutely no chronological sense, nor is there substantial evidence. He states, I groomed him in 2019 and I was 18. I was born January 19th, 2003. January 19, I would have been 16. So Revie comes out with this testimony. In 2019, Revie was 16. Yet Madzilla comes with no chronological sense. Madzilla must have been a bit younger than Revie, but Revie was still not an adult yet. Revie was still 16, which means that Revie was still in like high school or something. Which in high school, you're technically like a teenager. You're still in your teenager years, so it's technically not possible to just claim that someone is 18 when they were born in 2003. Like, it just makes no sense. Unless, it was some kind of weird freak-deaky stuff. If that's the case, then, gee. I need to try to do something else. Anyways. Revie chased down Kubikorg. This is another thing that tried to got Revie blamed, and it unfortunately worked. As here's the truth of what occurred from the victim's point of view. Plus, Revie chasing down the victim, demanding a response, and admitting to saying suggestive remarks in voice chat. Now, this is just completely false. I mean, the user's name is False Cow, so obviously it's probably a false. Because at no point did Revie chase down Kubikorg, demanding a response and saying suggestive remarks. That was all in that Discord RP thing. And Revie certainly didn't do those things outside the Discord, that Discord server. It was in that Discord server, that was it, and nothing else came out of there. But people decided to start lying because that's just what happens. And then, here comes the most ballsy move. Revie says, okay, well, I just want to apologize for RPing with you and acting in such a weird and unusual way back then. Hey, don't worry about it. I promise it stays between us. But guess what? That doesn't happen. Kubikorg decides to be an absolute asshole and just decides to tell everyone in the EXE team and outside the EXE team, basically making something false that happened in a Discord server go into a massive paranoia spree. This feels worse than running a mafia. And there are worse things than that. And then Kubikorg and Revie continue to go forward with this whole apologizing thing. Yeah, we all know what happens after that. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on. Anyways, what about some things? People saying that Revie was a manipulator. Revie having his character EXE or Faker in the mod. Sorry, I had to go out, close the door for a moment. Many people thought that Revie manipulated the team to add his EXE into the mod. Of course, I'm talking about Faker, the guy who appears in the song Faker and Black Sun. Now, did Revie manipulate the team to put Faker in? No, because Faker was voted on by the team, so there was no manipulation going on. So, another clear standing that the EXE team just has a massive hatred for Revie for no reason. And other people say that Revie manipulated to become the director. Well, here's the actual timeline. So the Sonic.exe mod comes out with its 1.0 update. It receives a lot of popularity, and I thought it was kind of good. The 1.5 update was rushed out, but we got a new song. However, Right Burst Ult was just not a good director, and Right Burst Ult's scandals got so bad, and the team almost lost Mars Starbro. Mars Starbro being a musician for the Sonic.exe mod, and Mars Starbro was almost fired for just absolute heaving garbage for no reason. And thus, when Right Burst Ult got deranked from director, Revie decided to gladly take the position of director, because Revie said that he had a genuine passion for the Sonic.exe mod, and Revie was helping run things. This is why Sonic.exe 2.0 was great as it was, because Revie was director and Revie was actually able to pull the team together. Revie was able to make everything good, and because of that, Revie was director, Right Burst Ult became co-director, still wanting to keep that director title, but just became a co-director. And Revie led the team to victory, and Sonic.exe 2.0 came out on November 27th, a bit of time after Thanksgiving, and everyone loved it, and I loved it. It was probably one of my favorite FNF mods updates. It's probably one of the biggest updates for an FNF mod, because it was a pretty big one at the time. Lots of new songs, a remaster, 2 remasters, and a bunch of new characters and new songs. It was a big update. Not only that, even adding even more jokes and secret codes to put in that sound test. Right in mid-October, right before we lost Divide, we had a vote on Right Burst to derank him. So yeah. The deranking of Right Burst Ult happened right before Divide, sometime before Divide lost his life, which is sad. Pay respects to Divide. He was a good person. Anyways, so yeah. When Revie was director, this is how popular the Sonic.exe mod got. 1.4 million downloads, 1.7 thousand favorites, 3.3 thousand comments, and 4.1 million views. This was a big one. And also, YouTube videos also got really popular. This one was just the biggest one. It was 16 million views, almost 17 million views. $16 million plus views. That tells you how good it was. However, then things kind of got dead, because the EXE team is known for doing garbage, and Sonic.exe mod eventually got into brokenness because of leaks, like all this Discord stuff, and the removal of a crap ton of songs. Like, there were a lot of songs that got removed. Some of them still live in Funky Friday, which is fine. So yeah, ton of songs that got removed. Execution, Old Endless, You Can't Run, Legacy, Faker, Cycles, Black Sun, Fate, Echoes, Lord X song, Milk, Old, New Milk, Sleigh Bells, Faker version, Sleigh Bells, Majin version, Mistletoe, Godspeed, Bernie, My Horizon, Wetchnia mix, Obsolete, Final mix, Marstar Bro version, Armadillo version, Pray, Curses song, Sally underscore Olds, first song, second song, third song, Fight or Flight, Old vocals, Slashes, Song Against Boyfriend, Slash, and Marstar Bro song, Demo Grease song, Grado song, Heroes and Villains, Running Wild, Endless Encore Old, You Can Run Encore Old. That's how many songs that were removed from Sonic.exe. This is almost like 30 songs removed from the mod. That is an insane amount. And this was all from a 4chan post. And I just like it that this 4chan post also includes an image of just Chef Saltbaker from the Cuphead DLC just laughing maniacally. That just tells you that the EXE team has probably gotten so crazy. And also, this, Jester Frog. This is a call out addressing the abuse I endured while dating Roxy, aka Jester Frog. Roxy was 16/17 when this occurred. I was 14/15. Anyone who is a fan of her stuff deserves to know. Yeah, that just happened. Oh yeah. Revie forced Faker into Sleigh Bells. Many people thought that Faker was forced into the song Sleigh Bells due to the fact that originally Lord X and Majin was supposed to sing Sleigh Bells. However, Revie explains that Faker was put into Sleigh Bells because in the lore of Faker and Lord X are technically share a bloodline, meaning that in not in a literal sense, but in some sense, Lord X is kind of like Faker's father. And more or less that Lord X created Faker and Faker looks up to Lord X as a sort of father, a sort of parent figure, which ultimately kind of makes Sleigh Bells a bit the story into why Sleigh Bells had Faker in it kind of more, based on family. I mean, Christmas is all about family after all, so this is actually kind of some neat lore. And this is also some important lore to Faker's backstory. So this is for anyone who wants to look deeper into the lores of EXEs. So yeah, kind of cool. Whatever happened to the second Christmas song, Mistletoe, we'll probably never know. I'm not sure if I can find it on the wiki. And there's no footage or fan-made mod of Mistletoe. Supposed to have the Tails doll, but yeah, whatever. And here is what the original Mistletoe was supposed to look like. Faker is angry, sitting on the speakers. Xenophanes is still there. Lord X is just giving Faker like a smug. And Majin Sonic is just giving his classic wag a figure telling you, screw off. In the song Sleigh Bells, Faker is actually in his true form, and Faker is kind of dressed as a reindeer, which I thought was kind of funny. Lord X is just Santa. So yeah. And this is where it all, this is the message that Revie put in. So yeah. So there you go. Also, original Sonic.exe, and I don't mean Xenophanes, the Sonic.exe that JC the Hyena made. Alright, no. The Bombshell. Eventually, yeah. Apparently, Large Lenny didn't need to make his video, apparently, because, yeah, Bombshell. Still not like her, and she's still weird, but again, the evidence isn't really evident. Which proves that some members in the EXE team basically had no idea what they were doing, and the EXE team realized that they screwed up big time. And now they were trying to attempt to reverse all the actions they did, but unfortunately it was too late. Didn't Revie admit to the accusations? Please don't try to defend me on the incidents. You don't know the extent of what happened. So Revie clearly knows the extent of what the EXE team had done to him or her. And, well, Revie was basically screwed. I didn't defend myself. but deleted the tweets later due to the fact I was being severely pressured by everything, and it's Twitter. Nobody listens, and he didn't even steal the mod for himself. He was let back on as a normal team member and somehow managed to get fired again because he blackmailed comms saying, I'm the original owner, I deserve it, and yada yada. The other part is about right burst, lol. Because the part where someone tended to blackmail Com Gaming, the creator of Requital Tales, Revie was basically calling out Right Burst Ult as Right Burst Ult says, I'm the original owner and I deserve it. I mean, Right Burst Ult was still salty that he lost his director title and wanted to steal it back. So this proves that the EXE team is just toxic as all hell. Which, yeah, perfectly understandable. When Revie is stuck with a team that basically acts like a bunch of bickering old married couples, and you get stuck in that. And then this. Because I'm dead ass tired of every single time I try to explain myself, I'm drowned in quote tweets saying ratio or check out my garbage mod. It is baffling how many people didn't even read the testimony, and it gives legitimate proof of myself getting therapy. Putting work in even before the drama to resolve things, proof that QB basically committed blackmail, and proof I went to people like Mad Zoa and to apologize and for what I had done. I've done all I can at this point, but I'm tired of the lies and slander piled on me. I'm tired of being unable for my work to be liked without Kubikorg or KG Beepus or some other stuck-up person coming in to complain about it or shun someone who supports me or my work. Like, liking EXE alone is enough to cancel people, and it's disgusting. It needs to stop. This is basically Revie basically saying she is just fucking done with everyone basically telling her to fucking kill herself, and she is basically done with the EXE team being so toxic as hell, and basically the EXE team basically turning into a mob of Karens trying to ask the manager and basically trying to basically make people angry for no reason and get people in trouble for no reason. You know what the EXE team reminds me of? It reminds me of Karens. There are just some literal Karens inside this team trying to cause problems for no reason, and they unfortunately get their way, as some Karens do get their way, which is disgusting. And I kind of agree with Revie, because Kubikorg basically committed blackmail on Revie and got Revie lured into a trap. And then Kubikorg and a few other EXE team members basically try to stop anyone from supporting Revie, but no, fuck some of those EXE team members. They can go burn in hell for what they did. Because it's not funny. It's not a joke. You basically destroyed someone's life, and now they're gonna be... And now that person is basically gonna be mobbed, killed forever. Because because Kubikorg, in all your infinite wisdom, you decided to act like a Karen and start problems for no reason. You are an absolutely disgusting person, and I wish you fell, trip, and sprain your ankle and no one comes to rescue you. Because you are just a horrible person, and you did not deserve to still continue working on a mod that I loved and spoon-feed me and many other people lies that we all believed for months. And you caused Kubikorg and other EXE team members, you basically caused me to believe that Revie was a bad person, and you made me believe it until some people in a YouTube comment thread basically snapped some sense into me and give me a punch in the face to basically explain that I'm basically a fucking idiot. I like to thank those people, AG Game Guy, as well as Funny Hedgehog Fun and some other people in that YouTube comment thread for basically snapping some sense into me, because you people generally woke me up to the realization I had been living a lie for months and I had never knew about it. So thank you. So yeah, Revie's response to this whole thing. Revie and me basically think this whole thing is just absolutely disgusting. Thank you for what you said on Twitter. I was beginning to lose any hope for being able to improve because 90% of response is to kill myself and just insults. I'm sorry to disappoint you and everyone else. It's gonna leave a mark on both communities I was involved in, and I'm not going to defend myself. I have already scheduled therapy for myself, and I intend to take several months or years if it comes to it to fix myself. This is what you did. You basically drove someone to do therapy on something they have never done. However, Kubikorg and other EXE team members and some other people decided to show Revie literal child porn. Yeah, I think showing someone child porn and telling them to go kill themselves is definitely not the best thing. And now you basically caused someone who was innocent to go to therapy. Congratulations, Revie haters and those EXE team members. Do you feel happy for yourself? Do you feel happy for making someone go to therapy and blaming them even though they were innocent? Do you feel happy for yourself? Do you feel like this is what Revie deserved? Do you feel like this is what she deserved in her life? You don't realize the extent of your consequences. This is just disgusting. These people don't realize the actions they have done. They have basically forced an innocent person to do something they wouldn't do. And then Revie says this. All of the above got sent 2D shit, a really realistic 3D animation that was disgusting enough to be real, and sickly images of actual child porn. I'm not going to be able to get proof of this because I turned off my DMs from server members and deleted those DMs, so I don't have them archived on Discord, but believe me, I've seen some fucking shit. True to her words, she's seen some shit. I know I'm for accusations against Revie. This is gone for too long. But Jesus, this is a lot. Anyways, it gets even worse when you have this. False Cow coming in again, this time at this time Revie is no longer associated with the Versus Sonic.exe mod, Sonic Rhythm Rush, which makes no sense because Sonic Rhythm Rush, I don't think Sonic Rhythm Rush was created by the EXE team, and all EXE related game content has been cancelled. The FNF mod is currently being directed by Marstar Bro and Com Gaming, with myself as co-director. So yeah. Show the evidence one more time.